I came from a working class family, so I was asking Santa for a spark plug.
Ivan Ortola wins an unbelievable British Grand Prix.
I won all the races of the championship.
Every
single one?
Every single one.
You know you're insane. Like, you know you're actually insane.
What a move that is by Ortola.
Every small thing, it can change. The rider makes the difference.
Today on the Quadcast we have Quadrant athlete and Moto 2 rider Ivan Ortola. How you doing, mate?
Really happy to be here with you and to do the podcast with Quadrant family.
Should we put this into context? Because we have actually been with Ivan for the last 3 days.
Long time no see. Long time no see.
Because we came and visited you at your last race in San Marino, which was the most unreal experience, was it not?
Unbelievable.
So cool.
So cool.
Yeah. And more if it's the first time you have been in a Grand Prix. It's incredible to have the experience and to enjoy the experience.
It was a pretty hectic weekend. A lot goes on. Because I've only ever been to see MotoGP once at Silverstone, and that was quite a quick sort of in and out experience. This was like the whole weekend. We got to see so much, saw you, saw everyone else, and it was pretty hectic, wasn't it? A lot was going on. It's quite busy.
Yeah, and also the passion in Italy is incredible. Because of Valentino and all Italian riders. And yeah, it's similar like in Spain or Jerez or something, or Valencia, something like this. You have to live it once.
Yeah, the difference of atmosphere for me, like Silverstone for Formula 1 is amazing, obviously. Yeah. And even for the MotoGP, the atmosphere is still very cool, but wow, being in Italy for the MotoGP and every time Valentino was shown on the screen, the whole track just like erupted. It's just nuts atmosphere. So yeah, I mean, I had a great time.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
Should we go to the beginning though with you? How on earth did you get into bike racing?
Well, I started at 4 years old, when I was 4, yeah. And the strange thing is that it came by my own, because any of my parents like the motorbikes or the motorsport before, yeah. And my parents, for example, when he was young, when it was a motorbike race in the TV, he just switch off the TV or change the channel because he didn't like.
That's insane.
And I have a really good anecdote also how I start, because in my 4th birthday, my cousin bought me for present a mini bike, a Chinese mini bike. Yeah, that's like this. And my parents were like a little bit angry with him because he didn't want it.
That's so dangerous.
Yeah, because he didn't want it. I ride the bike, and what they do? They just remove the spark plug from the mini bike.
So you can ride it.
Yeah, and when they try to switch on the bike, the bike that doesn't switch on. And yeah, a few months later, in Spain we have on Christmas we have a Santa Claus parade, then which kids ask for candies to Santa, and I remember I was on the shoulder of my father, and I was asking Santa for a spark plug. And that moment my father and my parents realized that I wanted
your love already.
I love racing. Yeah.
That's interesting that your parents weren't into it at all, because a lot of the people we speak to, it tends to be it comes from a dad's love or a mum's love of something to do with motorsport. But were they not into any motorsport at all?
No.
Nothing.
It
just came from you?
Yeah, just by me.
How at 4, was there like a toy that you had that was a bike, or you just saw bikes on the road? 4 years old to discover
yeah, but the sounds of the bikes on the road.
Yeah, the sounds
it get crazy.
Like,
and also my cousin has a 600 bike.
So your cousin was quite into it at the time?
Yeah, my cousin more.
Okay,
yeah.
Nice.
Interesting.
If you're out at a Grand Prix with your mates, you don't need to worry about all the maths when splitting bills. You can split bills with Revolut at the touch of a button and send them reminders if they're slow to pay you back. And if you're abroad or in need of cash, Revolut also has you covered with the no Revolut fee withdrawals worldwide at ATM within your plan allowance. And Revolut's ATM Finder feature easily shows you the nearest ATMs, and you can filter to only show the ones that are surcharge free. A huge thank you to Revolut for sponsoring this video. You can check out the link below or the QR code on screen and sign up to Revolut and get £20, $20 or 40 Australian dollars after using the card just once. So then, sorry.
No,
you
go,
go
no,
ahead.
you,
Okay.
Max, you go for it.
So obviously you got the bike for Christmas, then your parents gave you the spark plug, and then did you start to ride from there? And how did that then translate to you getting to your first ever sort of bike race?
Well, yeah, a few months later, my parents bought me everything, the bike, the leather, the helmet, everything to start. And yeah, that's how I started. And yeah, I remember my first race. It was like a funny race exhibition, because until you're not six years old, you cannot get like the license to race like official races. So I remember I was 4 or 5 years old and I did my first race.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you do?
I was not like conscious of everything.
Yeah.
And also one race at 6, 7, 8.
What?
6, sorry. 6, 7. No, sorry.
Had to be done after our week with Keegan, right?
Why?
It had to be done. He's infected our brains. So when you were 6 or 7,
6 or
you
No, I think more. I think it was 8 more or less.
Okay.
Thank God.
Yeah, it was like not professional races, but it was like a competition in Spain that I was in Valencia school, and we make competition with other schools of all Spain, no? And we join and we do racing. And I remember my trainer when it was going to do the grid on that race, I was in first or second row, yeah, and he put me the last one on the grid. I don't know why, because he wanted to check my how would they say, my potential.
He wanted to
like
see,
Yeah.
so he
get up to
challenged
the
you.
front.
Yeah, he challenged
putting
me,
you
putting
on the
me
back,
on the
yeah.
last on the grid, and yeah, he bet I was going to win the race, and I did it.
You
You
did,
did,
yeah.
wow.
That's cool.
So kind of similar to you with karting, I guess. At a super young age, like entering those smaller competitions and...
Yeah, exactly. And actually, like, for me, racing, it wasn't family either. It was just sort of my love for cars at the time and racing, and then going to the F1 and seeing it. So similar, of no family background of it before. So yeah.
Just kind
And
of
then it is, I guess, I mean, we'll find out more today of the junior categories, but yeah, you start go-karting really young and just slowly build up.
And what kind of bikes were you racing at that age? Like, did you do more dirt bike stuff, or was it always like the really sporty bikes?
Was mini bikes. I started with mini bikes,
Mini-bikes.
and then the next one I had was mini bike 4.2, then 6.2, and then when I was 12 I moved to before 10 or 11 I moved to Kawasaki 65 with gears, 2-stroke.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those mini bike, are they like the mini motos that we did for that video a while ago? Is that a similar bike? The mini bikes.
Yeah,
it's
like this.
mini moto,
yeah, this bike.
It's
Yeah,
that?
this bike. Yeah.
Wow, that's
They
so
look
fun.
bike, yeah.
That's so
lethal.
cool.
They look absolutely
Was it
lethal.
And then you said the Kawasaki. Is that similar to? Is that like below Moto 3?
No, it's
No?
like a karting bike.
Oh,
They use for dirt
even
or for
smaller.
motocross, but we
Okay.
put the road tires and
Okay.
just go to the karting.
Nice.
Did you ever think about doing karting? Or was it always bikes? Like, you didn't want to go to 4 wheels, always 2?
No, always 2.
Always 2?
No, I never do. Or before going to motorbike, I do 4 wheels. Or no, just 2.
Always bikes.
Yeah.
So fair. So then you start racing.
Yeah.
You win some races. You start getting better and better. At that point, are you then looking at MotoGP thinking, okay, that is my goal? Or were you just seeing how it goes?
Just how it goes.
Yeah.
It just when you start it by passion, by like a hobby, yeah.
Yeah,
And
sure.
then when you are getting better or more professional, you start thinking about World Championship or European, yeah. Then when I was 12, I started in the Spanish Championship, like that was my first year professional in the 2016, yeah, with the in big trucks, not in karting, and with the 80cc 2-stroke bike. And yeah, that year I did in my third race I did my first podium in the Spanish Championship.
It's pretty cool.
But and many podiums until the end of the championship of this year. But the good one was the next year, the 2017, the same category, same championship, I won all the races of the championship.
Every single one?
Every single one.
Every single race.
How
many races?
8 of 8. And
Jeez.
7 poles except all poles except one was 7.
Would you then say that year was kind of in your head the switch of, okay, right, I want to go to MotoGP now. I can do this for a living.
No, because 12 you are too young. It start thinking when you want to go to World Championship or to MotoGP, when you start in European, you arrive to Moto3 on.
Okay. So you still felt like it was too far away. You don't know yet.
No.
If I won every race of the season, I'll be like, right,
if I won anything.
Hello?
No, for sure I want it, but you don't think about it.
No, you're too young. You can't. You have to think about the next season. So then, after you won 8 out of 8, then it was Moto3, right?
No, it was Pre-Moto 3 in the Spanish Championship. 4-stroke. I started 4-stroke. Then 19 and 20 European Talent Cup, 2 years in the European Championship. And I finished 1 year runner-up, and the second year I finished 3rd in the championship. And then I moved to Moto3 in 2021.
God, so you've done a lot of winning already,
there's
haven't
quite
you?
a lot of steps, actually. A lot of
Jeez.
steps.
Yeah, 21 was also a difficult year in the sense of because Moto3, European Championship, do 1 more year in Moto3 is really expensive.
Yeah.
Because I came from a working class family, so it was a really hard. How do I say?
To fund.
Every year.
It's tough.
And probably was my last year if I don't do good result.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. And finally I finished runner-up this year, my first year Moto3, and then I moved to World Championship.
Nice.
Wow. And how did you find Moto3? Because that's pretty serious at that point.
Yeah, and more in World Championship, because you came from European Championship.
Yeah.
And you battle with people that has 3-4 years on the category and has experience, and you arrive to World Championship, new tracks, you have to learn every week a new track and be prepared and go fast as before you can.
Yeah. And how much track time did you arrived to a new track? Was it very limited laps before qualifying? Because that was what I found in F3. If you go to a new track, there's no testing. You have practice where the tyres, you can only do 5-6 push laps.
Yeah.
Straight into qualifying.
Yeah, it was really tight the time because, we just had 3 practice and then go to qualifying.
Yeah.
And the weekend they are really short. You have to go fast really quickly and know the track as soon as you can.
And I guess as well, you're travelling the world then to all these different tracks. And how old were you at that point, did you say?
My first year in World Championship was 2022. I was 17.
Yeah, so
and
that's
in that
young.
year I did 18.
That's young to be all of a sudden travelling the world.
Yeah.
And
With
did
that pressure.
your family come with you, or were you on your own?
In this case, many times it came my father
Nice.
and my manager come with me.
Because is it quite important to have that support network around you
Yeah.
while you're travelling? Because how big is your team that you have with you, around the bike, around you?
In the team, there are many people, but from my side, I have 2 mechanics and 1 telemetric and 1 engineer. And back of the box, we have of the garage, we have one who manages the tire and the fuel of the bike.
Okay.
Gosh, wow.
Wow.
Because how much can you... I was thinking this when we came and visited you the other day and we were looking at the bikes. How much can you do to the bike to change it, within a weekend? How much can you change?
You can change whatever you want. It's just when you come back to the garage, the engineer or the technician check the data of the bike and just looking what was going on the track, it make a change or not.
Yeah.
It depends, everything. But you can change whatever you want.
So how much are you involved in the mechanic side, the setup of your bike? And do different riders like a different setup?
Yeah. Every small thing, it can change a lot on the bike, and it can make also the difference. So you have to trust and believe in your technician or in your mechanic, because they make the change and you can feel the difference. But they always say that the difference make the rider make the difference.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like 80% the rider, 20% the bike.
Interesting. Because in Formula One now...
Yeah, you can lean on the car, you can blame the
yeah,
car
like-
a bit more.
This in
Everyone
80%, I'd be like,
just
hold on, lads. I'm not sure it's
Yeah.
80%.
This in Moto3 and in Moto2. In MotoGP, I don't know. Maybe
maybe it's slightly more advanced.
50-50.
bike.
Maybe 50-50.
And this is a stupid question. What is the difference between like 3-2 and then MotoGP? Is it just the power of the bikes?
Yeah, the power and also the weight and the tires, they are more weight, more wider. They're wider. The tires, they're wider.
Yeah, the Moto3s are like little.
Yeah.
Yeah, teeny
The
tiny.
Moto2 and the MotoGP.
Yeah, and MotoGP comparing to Moto3 or Moto2 is the electronic. There are many things, many devices.
Just more advanced.
Yeah.
So let's talk speed. How fast would you go in Moto3? Like, what was your top speed on a straight?
I think it was on Phillip Island at the end of the straight.
What
It
a
was 260 maybe.
In a big slipstream.
Yeah, big slipstream, 260 maybe.
That's
Yeah.
very fast.
But in Moto2, I think we arrive at 300,
And then MotoGP even faster.
360 maybe. Yeah. Yeah, it's
No,
crazy.
no.
It's
You know
crazy.
you're
No.
insane. Like, you know you're actually insane.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Do you think,
You don't feel it in the bike.
how do you think you will react to going 360 for the first time? Just normal? Because you've obviously made the steps. Or
Well-
will you still be like, oh my okay.
I never arrived to 360, but with my training bike it was R1. I think I arrived to 310 or 315. But the first times you feel it, but when you get used to
used
you
it, yeah. All right.
you don't.
Just same with
you don't
everything.
think about-
Even when like you first step into Moto2, you're like, whoa,
Yeah,
okay.
the
Now
fir-
it's just you can think about everything. It's
Yeah, well,
normal.
the first time when I went when I was with Moto2, it was like crazy. Wow, a lot of power, braking, everything, the speed. But now it's like I need more power.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
fully in control.
Yeah.
So how have you found the transition this year from Moto3 to Moto2, and obviously the difficulties with the season? How have you been dealing with all of that?
Well, the difficulties of this bike is what I told before: more weight, the
Mhm.
bike more power. Also, the tires that are wider.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing I had to change was my gym training.
Oh, okay.
I had to grow up a little bit more my muscles and take a little bit more of weight.
Mm-hmm.
And anything else, just training with a big bike also, and not too many things. That's
Because
it.
you have to be, I'm guessing you have to have a lot of core strength because you're leaning. I mean, we saw them. You're literally leaning completely against
Yeah, also
the ground.
we work out practically all the body, and
Yeah.
also aerobic training like cycling or go running.
Isn't also your grip? Because you don't think about this much, but when you're accelerating, your body's obviously wanting to fall off the bike, so that you're like kind of holding on to.
Yeah.
It's like holding on to a bar, right? Hanging there. That kind of.
Yeah, you also
That must
Yeah, hands.
you make strength with the legs also to the
Oh, so you're like
to the bike, like
the
holding,
bike.
yeah, and also I train a lot my shoulders for the braking. When
Just-
you
and
brake,
also-
yeah, you go in front, so you have
How
to
is
like.
your neck when you're in this position the whole time, and you're trying to look up? Does it ever get cramp or
No,
not now?
to be honest,
But when you started riding, was it a bit awkward position?
when you take a long time not riding and you ride,
You come back, you're like, ooh,
a little bit the neck.
Yeah.
But to be honest, it's not like F1. We don't train.
Yeah.
But I don't
It's a
train
bit yeah,
my neck. It just
it's like
I
that.
train when I go with the bike. That's it.
Yeah, you do so many laps now
Yeah.
that that's perfect for that.
What do you find the hardest in Moto2? Like, what is the biggest challenge for you?
Well, the biggest challenge is that you have to be really patient in this category, because you can be on the top one race and the next race you can be like 15, 16, 17. And
Right.
it's just because you're not different. You are the same than last week, but each 10th makes the difference, and in 1/10 of your 10th you are you lose 10 positions. So it's just to stay calm and know that you can do it. So
Would you say you get more frustrated in the races in Moto 2 than 3? Because Moto 3, I mean, we've watched it, you've done it. The slipstream is crazy. Like, I feel like even in Moto 3, you start 15, 16, you can still come through if you have good pace and battle at the front. Moto 2 is a lot harder to overtake, so that makes qualifying a lot more important.
Yeah, Moto 3 is really hard. Moto 3 is really hard because you are in a race and you have to be thinking, okay, I have to overtake because the rider behind, he's going to overtake me, I can't overtake, slipstream, everything. But in Moto 2 is different suffering. It's like pace every lap, the same lap time, and to recover 1 to 10 is really hard. You don't feel too much the slipstream in that category.
Yeah.
So do you think it's a little bit harder on you mentally because it's so much more of a challenge? How do you deal with that? How do you deal with the wins and then the losses and the up and down?
Well, this year it's been really hard because last year I came from winning races to be on the podium, and now it's just to try to keep on the top 10 and to fight for that position. So you have to be really hard mentally and just thinking that this year is to take in experience to learn for next year doing better.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting position to be in. I mean, I've been in that position myself where the previous season you win races, you're the champion, and then you change category and then you're like battling for top 10 and trying to get just points, and it's a very frustrating feeling. What do you say to yourself mentally throughout this year to keep yourself just calm and in a good headspace, knowing that, just I'm learning this year, and just how do you stay positive going from winning to obviously I know how it feels, but what's your kind of tactic?
Well, I just think it's just a process, and I don't suffer too much because I learned it from years before, so I just passed this process years before, and I think about it's a process, and just think this year is to take experience, to learn, and this year battle for more races and wins.
Should we talk about what you do sort of off track? Like, what does a normal week look like for you? Because how much training do you have to do in between, and what does that training even look like?
Well, I'm just a normal guy. I just, like everyone, I just wake up, have breakfast, go training, and just when I finish, gym training or bike, whatever of the two. Just come back home and rest a little bit and do it again. Maybe one day I do one training, and other day I do 2 in one day.
See how you feel,
Yeah. But that's it.
What about the days you wake up, you're like, oh, nah, not today? Do you give yourself the day off? Just
No. I do it.
You push yourself.
Yeah, I push myself because I say that these days it counts double.
Yeah.
So I go and I do it.
Good man.
And we were speaking when we were away. You don't ride bikes like for fun, do you? Like when you're at home, you just do it when you're training. You wouldn't just take a bike out just for a laugh.
A street bike, I don't have the license.
You don't have a license?
No, I don't have the license. I just take bike for competing or just for training.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nuts,
Because if I go in the street with a bike, I thought it's a track. No,
he's gonna get banned straight away.
So
elbow
true.
on the ground, and roundabout. They'll be like, "Who's this guy? Let's come into the."
I told my mind. For sure, I told my mind. It's not a track. It's not a track.
Yeah. So just 4 wheels on the public road. Then,
4 wheels. Yeah.
And you like cars? You have an interest in cars?
Yeah, I like cars. Yeah.
What car do you drive?
I have a Golf GTI.
Nice.
Oh, they're good fun.
Really
good fun.
Super quick.
Yeah, they're good fun. Handle really well. Before we move on to more like real life stuff, I want to ask you about you had a little viral moment this year where you there was an incident. It might not be a great memory for you, but I thought it made a good moment to watch back. Maybe you can laugh about it now, but you crashed and then you got up and you then got on the wrong bike. How did that happen? Obviously,
so
I can see how it happens, because if I fell off a bike at 300 kilometers an hour and rolled across the floor, I wouldn't know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I remember what was last year on America in Austin, and on Saturday I had a problem in the gearbox of my bike, so I couldn't qualify in a really good position. So yeah, on Sunday I had to recover in the first lap on the race. I had to recover a lot of positions. Yeah, and I arrived that corner, I just crashed. And yeah, when I crashed, the other bike of the rival hit me on my head. With adrenaline, I just woke up. I just get up, and yeah, I was a little bit confused. I just ran to the first bike I was, and I get up. And yeah, it came the other rider and saying, "No, it's not your bike pushing me." And I said, and then at that moment I realized it's true, it's not my bike. So I get off the bike and go to my bike. The thing is that when I crashed, I was exactly behind of the back. I was on the back of the bike. I couldn't see the colors of that bike, so I just go and take that bike. And the thing, also the funny thing is that was my bike for my previous year.
Really? So
Yeah.
you were familiar with
Yeah,
it?
it was familiar.
You must have
Okay,
just
well,
got off on that. Like your brain immediately knows that's
Probably
quite
heavily
familiar.
concussed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Can we
insane.
talk about crashing more generally? Does it hurt? Because it looks like agony when you slide off into a corner.
Well, depend on the crash. If you get a high side, for sure for sure it hurts. But you have also the airbag.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, it depends how you crash or you go down, you fall down on the ground. It
Because
depends.
it's such a fine line, isn't it? Like you see you leaning so much.
Yeah.
And can you feel that if you lean just a tiny bit more, you're going to go? Like, are you really aware of that limit?
Well, you can crash in front. You can lose the front or lose the rear. Yeah, but many times they don't. It's just you don't feel anything. It's just you lose the
Gone.
front and that's it.
How does the gravel feel when you're going over it?
No,
It's
literally.
just a
you
sight.
can't imagine it. Can
You watch, so that, you go in, then it goes, and you just
Yeah.
slide. The tarmac, I can imagine with the leathers, it's okay, you're just sliding.
Yes, like.
But then you hit the gravel, and you're like, whoa.
Whoa! Oh yeah.
Is it not?
Sometimes you just slide and sometimes you go doing.
Yeah, because sometimes then you just.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, then you
no.
jump up, like they kind of save themselves, and you like run back. It's
Something
quite
you watch
impressive.
the crashes, you're like, I shouldn't be
Yeah.
watching this. Like that's.
Yeah, someone's
insane.
died definitely. But then they're
But
fine.
this
Crazy.
one, if you have to crash, it's better lose the front and just slide.
That's
Yeah.
the best crash.
Yeah, the
isn't
best
it?
crash.
The high sides. Are
The high
worse.
side is just you fly a little
you
bit
hope
and
you
then
land
you
okay,
you
yeah.
wait until you touch the ground.
Yeah.
How many suits do you go through over a weekend, like your race suit? Because I'm guessing once you've come off, you've got to change it because it's all
Well,
ruined.
We have more or less four leathers in every track,
Wow.
but if you don't crash, they don't change. It's just you keep it, and yeah, you have ready for four leathers. There's enough.
You,
have
you
four.
just changed the pads.
Yeah, the
You
pads
gave
and the
me
sliders.
one of them.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like
Yeah.
every 2 sessions you change them, right?
Yeah, and when you
It's insane.
finish, you give it to the brand, and they dry it up on the track and ready for the next one.
I was telling him those pad guys, whoever's making those, a great business model.
Yeah, so good.
They're so soft. They're like, you need a new one every session, mate. So it's just keep
Yeah, just
every
keep
session.
them going. So outside of the track, do you have time to have fun and have a social life and see friends, or are you just so busy traveling the world?
Well, it's difficult to manage everything, yeah, because
course.
when I come back home, I just rest and continue training. And the thing is that I'm not living now on the city I always lived, and yeah, but when I come back home to the city I live always, yeah, I talk with my friends, and always I go meet him or go dinner or go lunch, and
Nice.
I see them.
So how much time throughout the year do you have to then be able to go back to your hometown? Like, is there the big summer break or?
Yeah, big summer break. I go like 1 week or
Nice.
yeah,
And
and
then
also in
winter,
on
yeah.
winter
Yeah.
for training.
And do you have hobbies? Because normally we talk to athletes and they are just ridiculously competitive and they love all sports, usually golf. Do you have any hobbies like that?
Well, I one of my favorite hobbies, is playing video games. I like when I was also a kid, and I like many sports. I like in general sports, but I like also skiing on winter when It's
Are
snow.
you allowed
I like
to
a lot.
ski? Is that not super dangerous? Do your team?
We are
tell you
allowed
off?
to ski, but we have to be really careful because when we are skiing, it's on winter and you're training for the season, so you have to be.
Don't damage
I mean, these
yourself.
guys race with broken legs and feet.
Yeah.
Like, just,
Really?
even if they break their leg, they're like, yeah, test is next week, mate. Come
Just
on.
chuck it in the ladders. You'll be
Vamos.
absolutely
Yeah,
fine.
just
Painkiller
go.
and.
Yeah, painkiller and go. See
Yeah.
you later.
It's pretty hardcore, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's quite
insane.
impressive.
It's insane.
So we know that you have a very special idol called Valentino Rossi.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough to meet Valentino Rossi this weekend. He is probably the coolest person I've ever met in my life. He
Yeah,
is
the doc.
so cool. How come you love? Well, I mean, it's fair enough that you love him, but how come he's your idol? Just because he's the best of the best?
Yeah, they say that you could not meet your idol, but it's an exception with
Yeah.
with Valentino. Yeah, I have the opportunity to meet many times to Valentino. I also went to his races they do in the ranch, the
Nice.
100 kilometers. I went 2 times, and it's incredible because the track is incredible. We do dirt races, flat track, and yeah, you enjoy a lot, and also you train.
The
So-
track looks insane.
Yeah,
So cool.
I mean, hopefully on the podcast we can get it up. That photo that you took with Valentino, the first
yeah.
time you met him, you showed me, and then now you go to his ranch and did the races. It must be such a surreal. What was it like going to the ranch for the first time
wow,
and
for-
meeting him and doing the race? Was that just like, oh my god?
Yeah, for me it was incredible because my hero, my idol of I grow up watching Valentino, and they invite you to race on his ranch. It's like crazy.
Do you have mentors at the track, like people that you look up to, other than Valentino, that will give you
And
advice?
maybe other riders or ex-riders.
No,
No.
when you mean in the competition, if I have someone on the track to.
Or
Yeah,
just guys
just
you
people
look
at the
up
track.
to, or maybe you can talk to them throughout a weekend or something, like an older ex-riders, other than Valentino, other guys at the circuit that you can speak to, or just speak to your team and manager.
Well, I speak my team and manager, but also you meet other riders on the paddock. I have a good relationship with many of them. Yeah, we also, it's not about racing, just enjoy also during the weekend and yeah.
Because you end up spending a lot of time with them across the world. You see them a lot, I guess.
Yeah,
more
it's
than
like
friends.
paddock is like a second house.
Yeah.
Just your
You are more
family,
on time on the paddock than
Yeah.
at home, so you look a lot of people
Yeah.
every week.
I feel whenever I go to the MotoGP races, I just feel the whole paddock's a sense of a lot of respect for each other. Like obviously on track there is the intense rivalries, but I feel as soon as everyone comes off, there's that very big respect. Like, you know, Valentino now he goes to the ranch, he invites Casey, and
Yeah.
they used to be big rivals, but now they're great friends and respect each other. That's what I feel. Is there a big respect between all of the riders off
Yeah.
the track?
Yeah, but every rider knows that when you are at the track racing, there's no friends. There's no
as soon
friends.
as the
Just
helmet's
put the helmet and no friends.
done.
Just
Yeah.
compete each other and win the best.
Competitive.
Yeah.
Wow. So let's talk this season. What are your short-term goals for the season? What do you want to achieve?
Well, this season is being difficult, but one of my goals is to finish on the podium at the end of the season. And yeah, what I thought before, learn and take experience for the next year.
How many races do you have left?
Left, I think,
3,
4, 6.
6?
6
Oh, I
races.
thought it was Lombok. No, Japan.
Japan, Lombok,
Phillip
Australia,
Island, and then,
Malaysia,
Malaysia.
Portugal, and Valencia.
Oh, you
Spain.
got loads.
Whoa.
Oh, you'll definitely get a podium.
Yeah, you'll
by
be
the end.
fine.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
easy, but
Not
you know
easy.
what I mean. I'm trying to be
No, this is-
positive, bit of motivation.
Yeah, it's one of the
Vamos.
targets. So I think
Yeah.
now in Asia trip, it's possible to do a good race.
So you still have your home race to go?
Yep.
That's going to be cool.
The last one always.
I bet the crowd there is crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
insane.
That would be so nice.
And then, obviously, you've got your goal of the podium this year, and obviously next year Moto2 again. Maybe however you want to do it, maybe different teams or whatever. you obviously want to become champion next year, right? World champion,
Yeah.
Moto2. And then the long-term goal is obviously MotoGP, right?
Yeah.
So is that your plan next year, champion, and then hopefully MotoGP?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think it's possible. It's a real target or real goal that it can happen. Good year next year.
Yeah.
Try to win many races, podiums, and if we can championship. But the thing is to be competitive and to fight for every race. And yeah, it's like MotoGP is a consequence. If you do a good season, MotoGP will arrive.
Yes.
I feel like that's a really good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
That's like a healthy way of reaching for your goal rather than expecting it. Would you do any other two-wheel races? Because we've spoken before about the Isle of Man TT, and we've all agreed that it's absolutely insane. And why would you do that? But are there any other races that you'd love to do?
Well, for sure, Isle of Man, I will not try. They are crazy. I don't know how they go 300 on the streets. But maybe 24 hours of Le Mans, maybe, or 8 hours of Suzuka in Japan.
Very cool.
That will be cool. But
nice.
long term.
I didn't know there was a 24-hour race for bikes.
Yeah.
That is insane.
The most famous is Le Mans, but there's also in Barcelona and many places.
Oh, how long is the one stint, like one run? How long can you
I
do
didn't try
before you swap?
I didn't try, but I think is there are 4 riders in 24 hours race, I think.
You must have to
And
swap
you have to
quite
do
a lot.
8 hours. Like stints of 1 hour.
I'm alright.
I don't want to
Are
do
you
that.
sure you want to do that?
I have to be prepared, but
It would be cool.
maybe 8 hours will be nice.
Yeah.
It would be cool to win Le Mans. That would
And-
be sick.
If you could choose a MotoGP team, what is it? Or you just, let's not say anything. Any team right now, when I get there, is good.
Yeah, any team I think is nice, but one dream team is, for example, I don't know, Yamaha, because my idol Valentino was in Yamaha when I was looking races when he was winning. So,
We're going to ask you a question that we ask all of our athletes. What was your first memory of motorsport?
well, my first memory of motorsport thing was with the motorbike of my cousin. Just when he came for a lunch or the family dinner, I just wanted to be on the bike and rev the engine.
That was it. Started everything.
Yeah, and also when I was before 4 years old, before racing.
How do you remember before 4 years old? I don't.
I don't
Do
know.
you?
But so many of our
I
athletes
I have like flashes. No, I don't
Yeah,
know,
sure.
remember, but I have
You
flashes.
just got the bike and stuff.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
guess that
little
means
bit.
you
Like
know
the
it was a
mi-
big moment. If you can remember those flashes.
You
like, it
remember,
must
you know
mean
what is
something.
the that small mini bike, plastic small mini bike that has no engine. It's like plastic, and you
Yeah,
go with
yeah,
the
yeah.
legs. I had one of these.
That was the first one.
Yeah, the first one was
Okay.
this.
Wow.
And then that was it. You were just hooked. That was going to be it for you.
Yeah,
God, you must be pretty proud to be where you are now.
yeah. If you think you like, well, you think about it and you say, wow, how is possible?
Yeah.
But
It's crazy.
yeah, it's crazy.
You go from that little dream of the little bike at Christmas to
Yeah,
To now.
see racing Moto2
it's
World
getting
Championship,
serious. Yeah.
practicing with Valentino Rossi. It's pretty an amazing,
It's like
amazing
when-
journey. So
You when
far.
you start karting, you don't like going to the Spanish Championship was like it was like crazy, no?
Yeah.
You arrive to a Spanish Championship, European is like dream.
Every time you're like,
every
wow,
time
wow,
it's like
wow, wow.
it's,
Then it
yeah,
slowly becomes normal, which
Yes.
is.
it gets normal.
I think it's also important. Something I didn't do when I was racing, maybe could be good for you to know. You already do it. I never realized how amazing what I was doing was at the time. It became so normal, and I wish I had that moment of taking a step back and going. Even I wish I had the moment taking a step back while I was really struggling in F3 to go, hold on a second, what you're doing is so awesome. And then go back in, it would just help give me that motivation. So yeah, don't ever forget what you're doing is awesome.
I guess, being really present and not...
Yeah.
Because I
got sucked into the whole...
Yeah,
it
looking
became
more...
so normal and just like F1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just get so lost. And then as soon as I stopped, I was like, oh my God,
That
what
was
I was
really
doing
cool.
was amazing. I wish I could go and just put a bit more effort in, or whatever it may have been.
Yeah, for sure we have to learn to know how to enjoy the moment.
Yes, it's key.
Yeah,
it's key.
Thanks to our friends at Revolut. If you're in the UK, US or Australia and haven't signed up, you can get £20, $20 or 40 Australian dollars just by signing up with the link below, or scanning the QR code on screen and making your first transaction. If you didn't know, Revolut is used by over 55 million people worldwide, helping you manage and make the most of every aspect of your finances. Revolut makes currency exchange very easy. You can spend in lots of different currencies and exchange at great rates. Even if you forget to exchange in-app, Revolut automatically converts your home currency to the local one. You can even view live rates in the app, so there are no surprises. And it's got useful security features to protect your money even while you're abroad. Say you lose your card or are worried someone has your details, you can freeze the card in-app in seconds, order a new one straight away and use the virtual cards while you wait for the new one. You can check out Revolut in the description below.
Anyway, I think that kind of wraps us up for today.
Thank you, Van.
Thank you so much for coming on. We'll be watching closely rest of the year for that podium.
Yeah,
we will see you on viewers as well. So it'll be a big celebration when you do get it. And obviously, good luck for next year, rest of the season, and thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank to you guys.
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you.